Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another video. In today's video, we are going to be doing a Christmas holiday party type of makeup look. I actually filmed for Vlogmas and kind of gave like the preface of like what I was thinking as far as like different Christmas looks and everything. So if you haven't already seen that, make sure you go ahead and check out that video. It'll be listed at the end of this video. But my main thinking was that I wanted to do holiday looks that gradually got more advanced. So with this look is just a very natural look. It's just pretty much a natural face, and you can tweak it however you want, use as many products and as little products as you want, but with the focus being on the lips and the lashes. Now, I do know that lashes can be a hard thing to accomplish if you don't already have the hang of it. So what I would recommend is just using a really good mascara and just coating your lashes, and then making sure to pop something in the inner corner to give that pop and to draw the look and draw people into your eyes. Also, if you have really big eyes, you can use black liner. That'll kind of make them a little smaller, a little more sultry. And if you have smaller eyes, using a white or nude eyeliner will make them pop and look bigger. So those are just a couple of things that you can do to tweak this makeup look to your liking. But like I said, the main focus was lashes and lips. So for me today, I didn't want to do the classic Christmas bright blue red. I wanted to do kind of like an ombre. So where it's just a little bit darker around the outer edges, and then right in the middle it's a little brighter. So I usually don't do ombre. I'm not a big ombre person. I'm not a big fan of it. Frankly, I think it's it can be a little like dated, but sometimes it looks really good, especially with pairing like a dark maroon with a red. I think that looks really good. But other than that, that's the look. So today will be this look, something natural like this. Tomorrow, or whenever I get the next video up, will be a step further, which would be implementing some wing liner. Now this could be glitter liner, this could be just straight black liner. It can be anything to tweak it, just to take it a step further. And then after that, we'll implement a little bit of eyeshadow, and then after that, we'll do a little more eyeshadow, you know, starting off with like 1 or 2 shades, and then adding in 3 or 4 shades, and then doing a full-blown, you know, let's be dramatic, like I'm coming to slay this holiday party. I also want to do different tones, so like some neutrals to start out, and then, you know, some gold, and then finally silver, because silver is really big around the Christmas and New Year's Eve time. So that is my thinking. Let me know what you guys think about that idea with just different videos and just different styles of makeup. I'm super excited. When I thought about this, I was like, yes, that's a way to come back, Lon. That's a way to come back. So happy to have my computer back up and running and super fast, so it's easy for me to get these videos saved and get them uploaded. Like it just motivates me. So I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure you remember to tweak this and make it your own. Also, if you haven't already gone ahead and subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and pull out your makeup, and let's get started. Hi you guys, welcome back. And like I mentioned, this is going to be just a transformation video for any type of holiday look. I wanted to include my hair in it since I figured it'd be kind of more complete as opposed to just doing the makeup. So for my hair, I'm just gonna do a low ponytail. My hair is still relatively straight. My roots were so nappy. Like I had so much hair coming out from detangling it, since I really hadn't brushed my hair in forever. And also had a lot of dandruff and dry scalp, so I applied some oil to it. Now I am applying some gel and just brushing my edges. I usually don't like to apply gel to my hair when it's straight because it does kind of revert my edges a little bit, but for today I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to do something to my edges. So I'm using a bristle brush and just pulling it all the way to the back. I really enjoy doing sleek, low buns or ponytails. I think it just looks really good and can make a look really effortless and clean. It's just my favorite kind of hairstyle if I'm not wearing it up in a high bun, but this is another favorite of mine. So right now I'm just applying a little bit of edge control. I think this is Crowned Me Edges, and I love this stuff. It's my all-time favorite edge control. I don't use anything else, and I won't buy anything else. It works for my hair and my edges really well. So I'm just using a little like edges brush that I got from my local beauty supply store. I really enjoy it. It has like a
2 combs and a brush and like one little spatula side. So I really like this comb thing. So I use this and I'm just brushing my my little sideburns as well as my edges and making sure everything is slicked down. Then I'm going to apply the headscarf just to kind of hold and secure the edges in place, because if I don't do this, like I said, my hair will revert and it won't look its best. So I just apply a headscarf, and then we're actually gonna get started on the makeup. So to prime, or actually I guess I'm gonna put on some lip gloss because I can't ever do anything without applying lip gloss to my lips. But to prime my face, I'm gonna use the Cover FX blurring primer. Personally for me, I think priming is an essential step. I think it's like the first step of maintaining your foundation, to like keeping your foundation on. This is it's a pore minimizing primer, but it also is kind of like not drying, but it helps me stay matte. I really enjoy this primer. It used to be like my holy grail back in the day. And then for foundation, I'm using the ColourPop No Filter foundation. ColourPop just sent me a updated shade. Well, I thought it was updated. This is 195. I swear I have like 4 or 5 different no filter foundation shades because I just can't figure out which one it is yet. Ulta definitely needs to get their foundation range in their stores. It would make it so much easier, but this is 195. I think I need 190, but I actually might mix 195 and 185 because 185 is a little light, and maybe taking 1 pump of 195, which is a little too dark and a little more red, will become my best shade. But I really enjoy this foundation. It is very full coverage, but it doesn't feel full coverage. It's a lightweight foundation and it stays on all the time. So for concealer, I'm using 2 of the Morphe Fluidity concealers. I'm using 4.35 right now, and then I'm going to apply a little bit more of 4.15, which is a lighter concealer. And the reason I apply both is because neither one is really my shade, and if I apply 4.35, it'll be okay, but personally for me, I'd like a little brighter of an under eye highlight. I think it just evens my skin tone out. But if I apply just 4.15, it's going to be way too light. So mixing the 2 of these make a really good combo for me. And then I'm just going to blend all of this out and then move on to setting it. So to set my under eye concealer, I'm going to use the Sacha Buttercup setting powder. This has been one of my favorite setting powders for the longest time. I go back and forth with using something like this, which is a little more banana rich, which is a little more yellow, and using something that's a little more like translucent banana. So I go back and forth with what I'm using depending on what kind of look, what kind of, you know, overall look I'm going for. But usually when I do my natural no makeup kind of looks, kind of like this, I'll use this color since it appears a little bit better for my skin. And the overall look. And now I'm going to do my brows. I'm using my Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. This is in shade number 5. I'm just applying the product just as I normally would. If you haven't watched any of my brow tutorials, I have a bunch of them on my channel. Brows is kind of like one of my favorite things to teach, although I know it's like one of the hardest things to grasp as a consumer or a user. But personally for me, it's just one of my favorite parts, and it's just super easy to do for me. It's just like second nature. So I'm using the pencil. The reason I'm using the pencil is because I'm going for a more natural look, and if this is for a holiday party, you don't want to have really bold, dark, over the top brows. You want them to appear natural. You want them to look like your own brows, but just filled in a little bit better. So I'm going to just run this through the brow and do all of that as I mentioned, but use something that's, you know, not black, but not a super light brown either, depending on your skin tone, but you want it to look natural. That's the takeaway here. And now I'm just taking a little bit of that Morphe concealer and just going underneath of the brows. This is, I know, one of the hardest part for people to do because, you know, having a steady hand isn't always easy, but if you don't have a steady hand, I would definitely recommend you setting your elbow down on the table, on the dresser, whatever it is that you're using to do your makeup, just to help you steady it a little bit more, and just carve out underneath of the brow. So I'm going to do this to both sides of the brow just to clean it up and give it a little bit more of a poppin' kind of look. But if you don't want to do this, that's okay too, because even if you don't carve out underneath, it'll still look really good. I mean, especially if you don't like mess up or go all over the place, it'll be fine and it'll look just as natural. Okay, so now I'm just gonna brush away all the excess powder. I do like to allow my powder to bake, but this is definitely a personal preference. You can take a brush that I'm using right now to brush it away and use it to set your under eye with a pressed powder or with a loose powder as I use. You can use whatever you have, whatever you want, or however you want. As I mentioned in the beginning, definitely make this look your own. Do your makeup how you normally do your makeup. Just if you don't feel like doing all the eyeshadow or you can't do all the eyeshadow, things like that, that is why I created this look. And right now I'm just contouring or bronzing, adding some warmth to the skin, adding some structure to the skin, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do my nose as well. I can't help but reiterate doing your makeup to your own liking, especially when you're watching any type of makeup video, whether it's mine or someone else's, and if you don't have the products that I'm using, or if you don't, if they're too expensive or you just can't afford it, whatever it is. Back when I used to watch these videos and watch some of my favorites like Nature B or Desi Perkins or Crispy Makeup or, you know, Jackie Aina, people like that, I would use what I had, and most of the time it was drugstore. So the only reason I have these expensive name brand product is because of PR and because of doing YouTube. So right now I'm just applying some blush. Blush is definitely an essential step in my makeup routine. I love adding the color back into my skin. I think blush is just so important. I know a lot of women of color don't like blush, but it's a shame because it's so good. And then I'm applying some highlighter. I actually busted out my Laura Geller Gilded Honey highlighter. I haven't used this in forever, and it's pretty, but for me, I was just like, this ain't really what I'm looking for. This ain't really what I'm going for. So I ended up switching that out, and you'll see that in a little bit later. But I did apply this also to the high points. I'm using just a pencil brush and applying this right underneath of the brow bone. This is going to give your brow a lifted appearance, a little bit of highlight underneath of that. So it's gonna go there, and then I did the bridge and the tip of my nose as well. So now I'm taking my Milk Makeup Flex highlighter. I love this stuff. It is such a great formula. And this is in the shade Glaze. So this is a little more bronze. When I initially got it, I thought it was a little too dark for my skin tone. Lo and behold, it's not really. It's just not as like frosty as I usually wear. But over the top of Laura Geller Gilded Honey, it made an impact. Okay, so I'm just gonna set my face with the Morphe Continuous Mist Setting Spray. This is by far, hands down, my favorite setting spray. I'm buying this thing like at least like once a month. Like it's my jam. Plus I do makeup, so of course I use it all the time. But for my brows, I'm gonna set them and lock them in place with the ABH Clear Brow Gel. I got this as like a mini gift set thing from Ulta, and it's really good. I love setting my brows, combing them into place. You don't want your brows falling all over the place, especially if you're gonna dance and be moving and things like that. And then I'm gonna move on to the lips. So for the lips, I decided, like I said in the beginning, to do like a little ombre. This first lipstick is a ColourPop, a Velvet Blur lipstick, and this is Come On Clover. I love that. Come on over, baby. Okay, anyways. But I'm applying this to the outer edges of my lips. It wasn't as maroon as I liked, and you'll see me go back in with something a little bit later. But this next Rimmel London, oh God, oh my God, I put this as Revlon on my Instagram. Oops. This is a Rimmel London Lasting Finish Extreme Lipstick in Dat Red. Oh my gosh, you guys. This lipstick I've been loving. I will probably wear this again. It's just a regular lipstick formulation. It's a little more like shiny than I usually like, but it is such a stunning red, and it's bomb. It's bomb, and Rimmel London lipsticks are like $5, so definitely affordable. But I'm going in with the Urban Decay Glide On Lip Liner in Blackmail, which is a little more dark, a little more plum, a little more maroon, and that's gonna help me give that ombre kind of look. So for lashes, I'm using the Wonderlux lash. A subscriber actually sent these to me, and they're so gorgeous. This is my second time wearing them. They're really long and wispy, but even though they're super long, they're not like those like 50mm lashes that are just like touch your eyebrows, but they're long enough and they're fluffy. These lashes are thebomb.com. I tagged them on my Instagram. If you are interested in checking out her lash brand, I would definitely recommend so. But they just made the whole look go together. And next, I'm going to apply some highlighter into my inner corner just to draw the attention to the eyes. I feel like applying a shimmery shade in your tear duct area just completes the look, because without it I felt a little bare, but with it I feel like popping, you know? So I decided to put on mascara on the lower lash line. I actually initially wasn't going to, but Jack said that since my lashes were so long and on the top, it would help balance it out. So I ended up going ahead and putting some on. This is the IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara, super black. It lengthens my lower lashes really, really well. And then we are pretty much done. I'm just gonna take my headscarf off, and for some reason, my edges over there messed up, so I had to grab my bristle brush and just brush it back into place a little bit. But other than that, that's the completed look, you guys. It's super simple, super effortless. This is a top that I actually wore when I went out with a red skirt, and I just love black, white, and red. I think it looks so well together, hence my treat. Wink wink. But I hope you all enjoy. I love you all. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Mwah. Bye.